There's a story I almost never tell. It's not about a big win or a wild success. It's about the moment I broke, or at least, the moment I thought I did. I remember it clearly. I failed at something I cared about, lost a friend, lost my way, maybe even lost myself. For a while, it felt like everything I'd built had turned to dust. Back then, I thought that was the end. But what I didn't know, what nobody tells you, is that sometimes what breaks you is what actually makes you. That's when the code started for me. That's when I realized you don't build a shield until you need one. You don't find your voice until the silence hurts. And you don't become sovereign by getting everything right, but by standing back up when you've lost. That moment, the failure, the pain, the lostness, it became the spark for everything I do now, for the vision, the codes, this whole living network I'm building. It's why I can show up for others, because I had to show up for myself first. So if you're in that moment right now, if you feel broken or stuck or invisible, please hear me. It's not the end. It might be the beginning. We're going to sit with that for a minute. The idea that sometimes what we think is our breaking point, our most catastrophic failure, loss, or setback, and it feels like it is at the time, can actually be the thing that wakes us up, that forces us to grow, that turns out to be the best thing that ever happened to us. This goes against the grain of what we're taught, doesn't it? Like we're not supposed to fail. We're not supposed to lose. We're not supposed to go through that kind of pain, struggle, or heartache. If only life were a series of successes and ease and comfort, right? But it's not, is it? And so what I want to honor today are those moments for us, those moments that we thought broke us, but actually, in retrospect, we see that they made us who we are. They pushed us to become stronger, braver, more real. Now, these moments aren't easy to find. They're often buried under layers of fear, shame, embarrassment, grief, trauma, regret, or self-blame. Sometimes we convince ourselves we're better off forgetting them. Sometimes the wounds run too deep, or the memories are just too painful. And sometimes we don't have the tools or the support to excavate them. But when we do have the courage to look, to acknowledge, to feel, to experience, and to learn from these moments, they become our most valuable teachers. They show us what we're truly made of. They illuminate our strength, our resilience, our capacity for healing, our creativity, our resourcefulness, our ability to adapt and to thrive even in the face of great difficulty. Now, there are some things that break us that shouldn't, and no amount of reframing or self-compassion can change that. Injustice, oppression, trauma, abuse, exploitation, war, violence, hate, greed, and destruction on a massive scale. These are not simply challenges to overcome. They are indictments of our collective humanity, and they require our resistance, our activism, and our wrath. So let's be clear. There is a difference between what makes us and what breaks us, and we need to tend to both of those things with care. What makes us requires tending to. Those moments of challenge, of difficulty, of struggle, when we lean into them, when we learn from them, they can make us stronger, braver, more awake. So my question for you today is, what's the moment you thought broke you, but actually made you stronger, braver, or more real? Drop it in the comments, or just hold it in your heart. Your story matters. It's the code for someone else's liberation, too. Because when we share these stories, when we talk about what's been broken and how we got through it, we create openings for others to do the same. We make it safer for them to lean into their own stories, to own their own power, and to stand in their own truth. Life is a series of moments, really. Some of them are beautiful, glorious, exhilarating, joyful, fun, exciting, peaceful, still. And some of them are messy, painful, confusing, exhausting, terrifying, heartbreaking, lonely, dark. And we can't have one without the other. The light and the dark, the joy and the pain, the love and the loss, the struggle and the ease, they're all part of the human experience. But it's what we do with them, how we tend to them, how we learn from them, how we lean into them, and how we pass through them that makes all the difference. Thanks for listening. And if you're walking through the dark, keep going. The grid needs your spark,